What's up, guys? Frederick here, in his pajamas, waiting to go to bed with Legra. But before he does, he wanted to show off his lovely new sword, the Fields of Crimson, and go over his build. We've made a couple changes to the build, and it's time to go over them. Starting with the helmet, we have the Audacity, which is the new legendary aspect that stuns. This, with Steel Grasp, we are always stunning. And with this Vicious Heart, Devious Heart, which you'll see on the weapons there, is that we are always also knocking back. And that is also going to be powered, not by this heart. I tried to put in a Wrathful Heart that does damage over time, but I actually couldn't. It wouldn't let me overwrite this one. So I need to find a new amulet. But anyway, so that's a good synergy piece. But yeah, we start off here with the helm, and for our armor, we have the basic skills that grant the 20% damage reduction, always a staple. Encroaching Wrath, weapon masteries deal 90% increased damage. This is huge with our Fields of Crimson, which you probably saw in the gameplay video. Protector, so I really like the barrier power. I think it works really well. And I don't know. So far, the highest Nightmare Dungeon I've had has only been 8 levels above me, and it hasn't really been needed so far, but I feel like that won't always be the case. On our boots, this is the only spot that I actually found these on my boots, and then I imprinted on the new boots that I found, but the weapon mastery, this is a crucial piece so that you have an additional charge. I don't really care for the lucky hit, but the additional charge is absolutely huge, and it works really, really good. This build is also all about attack speed. So critical strikes doing 40%, it needs to be above 23. So anything above 23 is golden. So yeah, attack speed helps knock them back. And then this stun obviously stuns them. And I picked up the damage over time heart, but I was not able to socket it, so that's a little disappointing. But I feel like that's going to be a pretty good piece, along with the Field of Crimson as well. Okay, and next, so yeah, basic skills, 24%. Again, from the heart, need to get over 23. So that's why this is important. Intercom. I love Intercom. When you Rend, when you Rupture, when you Steel Grasp, when you Flay, you are always standing still. So Intercom is just a no-brainer. The Fields of Crimson. Before, when I received this, I wasn't sure if the aspects on that with the damage over 2 weapons, damage over time, cooldown, and ranks rupture were gonna really be that great. Because really, what are we looking for? Like strength, damage, well, now strength, damage over time, vulnerable, crit, and core skill. But no, this actually works very, very well. I absolutely love it. I'm having a lot of fun with it. The gameplay mechanic is fun. And yeah, it's a great sword. The secret to it is that you take 15% increased bleeding damage. So in the gameplay video, like I said, you hit Rupture first, Rend if necessary, and then Rupture to clean up any enemies that weren't cleaned up during your 1 or 2 Rends. Wicked combo. I'll link the gameplay. Bold Chieftain, always a must for that cooldown reduction. And like I said, that Devious Heart, it's just like an added bonus that really works with with our damage over time, Wrathful Heart mechanic, which we don't have yet, but I'm really looking forward to that. Loop of Unrelenting Fury. This is the only one that I had, so I decided to put it on there, but you'd want to go with the Echoing Fury or Berserking Fury, but this is all I had, so I'm keeping this one. And The Brutal Heart, I actually forgot about that power. I haven't been using it, but yeah, so this is just one I put in there. It's not special for the build. And of course, on the amulet, what goes on the amulet? Disobedience or bust. Always put disobedience on the amulet. To me, it's the best spot. No brainer. And the Wrathful Heart that I want in there is, like I said before, not able to be in there at the moment. But this is going to be changed. This one's working out okay. Like it's not the greatest, it's not the worst, but the Vicious Heart that gains 21% doesn't proc our Devious, so it's kind of a waste. Luckily, our attack speed for basic skills is high enough, and our critical is high enough. And let's see, I guess the best part of this heart is the Devious. The core skills and basic skills have the 16% chance to fully restore your primary resource. When that procs, it's absolutely awesome. I think that's the best part of it. And the Brutal Heart with the gaining the barrier, that's actually really, really decent as well. I was surprised actually how good that worked. Expertise always acts for that vulnerable damage increase. And always use a sword because they have crit on them, and the sword's amazing for obvious reasons. Abilities. Okay, so start off with Flay, and so far this is how I'm going to keep it until I see like I need to change it, but right now this is working very, very well. And I'll make changes as needed, and then I'll make more videos as needed about my changes. So, I maxed out Flay, obviously with Enhanced Flay, and Battle Flay, so we can increase that vulnerability. Over the core skills, we take Rend, we take obviously Enhanced Rend, and Furious Rend so we can keep rending as much as possible. Which is less now that we have Fields of Crimson. And for help our Fury generation, we use the Endless Fury because we're always using a two-handed weapon. So we always get 15% more. Over here for the defensive skills, we take Increased Life. Right now, I don't feel this is necessary, but I know further down the road the content technically should get harder and I should need more life. But you could swap these 3 points out into anything else that you'd like at the moment. I only have 1 point in Rallying Cry, because I feel once 1 point is really enough. I always gain enough Fury generation from just having 1 point in it. And of course we take the Enhanced Unstop. This is our only way of Unstoppable, so this is definitely crucial. And Tactical, so we gain 20 Fury once we hit the Tactical Cry. Sorry, Rallying Cry. And Challenging Shout. So this is, the reason I have this is, honestly, I don't know if I use it for the damage reduction right now. I use it for right here, the 3 Fury every time we take damage. So that's a big plus. But obviously always take Enhanced, and yeah, just 1 point in this at the moment. If the content gets harder, I might try to swap some points out to maybe max this out, but right now it's not needed. Brawling skills, so we want to max the time, the duration of our shouts. I love that the shouts can heal you for a little bit, that's awesome, so this is important to me. These 2 points, I don't know if I really need those at the moment. These are also 2 points that I might decide to take out. Yeah, I don't know. This really, the Fields of Crimson has really changed what I need and what I don't need. So if I make any drastic changes, I will think about taking those out and tell you what I do. Okay, so the Weapon Mastery skill. So I still take the 1 point in Hamstring so that we get Cut to the Bone. Right now, we don't do a lot of vulnerable damage, but that will increase once we go to our Paragon. I want to do as much damage as possible, so I am taking Pit Fighter, which is, I feel, a must for all Barbarians. Because I want to do as much damage as possible, I'm trying out Slaying Strike, So far, I enjoy it. I think it's awesome, and I definitely notice the difference. Um, so No Mercy is still great, and how we proc No Mercy is with our Audacity stun and with our high attack speed that we knock back the enemies. So as long as you keep that little combo piece going, No Mercy will always proc and give us the increased 9% of critical strike chance. And because I am using Rupture and Steel Grasp all the time, it is a no-brainer to put 1 point into this. Like why not? Okay, so Rupture, we get six points from our sword, and again, Rupture by itself is good, but with Fields of Crimson, amazing. Enhanced Rupture, and then I use this for the Warrior's Rupture for the attack speed, but I feel like if the higher levels, if I'm starting to lose more life, I will switch over to this. At the moment, I don't need to, but we already hit our attack speed goals from the other pieces of our gear. So, but this would be another way that you could hit that barrier, the 23%. So if you didn't have those other two aspects, then I would say take Warrior's Rupture if you're going to do the same build as I am. Steel Grasp. Love this skill. Amazing. 2 points in there. Enhance makes everything vulnerable, which is great. And this is our bread and butter for berserking. This is really the only way, actually, this is the only way that we have berserking in the build. So when you are bossing, hit Steel Grasp all the time. You know, like really do a couple flays to get up your Fury generation, then hit Steel Grasp, then hit Rend. Well, actually, sorry, with the Fields of Crimson, Flay, Rupture, Steel Grasp, Rend. And down here, we didn't take an ultimate, we didn't take anything from here, and because we are a bleed build, we take Gushing Wounds. Gushing Wounds is amazing, and it procs awesome, and it works, again, with Fields of Crimson, because everything that bleeds, Gushing Wounds, Rend, and Flay, we are dealing... We're always dealing 15% increase to bleeding damage. So we want to max out that bleed damage. So on your swords, maces, you want to look for really damage over time or increase to bleed. I don't know if damage to bleeding is actually, what's that, 7.5, so 5 to 10 versus 5 to 10. Okay, so really, yeah, it looks like you could do, yeah, actually I got that on the same one. Damage over time, damage to bleeding. So because those are identical, you could take either or, and it will definitely work with the sword. We're just getting started with our Paragon board. So eventually I'm actually going to, I've taken these ones, and I'm going to take these ones as well, but that'll be later on down the road. Right now I have Might in, and I want Might for the 8% increased damage when wielding a two-handed sword. So I'm just working on getting the strength for that. Once I get a strength for that, I'm not sure what board I'm going to take yet. And for glyphs, you know, Might I think is good. To me that one, if you have a two-handed weapon, it's kind of a no-brainer. Wrath is also a no-brainer. Disembowel, definitely a no-brainer for this build. Exploit is another no-brainer, and I don't know if I'm going to do 5 boards or 6. The one I don't have is Blood Feeder. I don't think I have that yet, do I? No, Blood Feeder. So, damage to bleeding targets. I really feel with the Fields of Crimson, more damage to bleeding, plus times percent to bleeding. I think that one's pretty crucial. And I'm probably going to choose that over Territorial, just to show you that one too. Yeah, over this one. I mean, that's still great, but because the Fields of Crimson, I'm going to give this a go. So I'm hoping that I am still able to find an Ancestral one once I get to World Tier 4. So right now, this is the build specifically with this weapon, and I'm going to carry it on as long as I can, and hopefully I will find another one in World Tier 4 that I can use as well. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and if you enjoy the build, like and subscribe, and feel free to try it yourself and leave some comments on how it works for you. Thanks!
PlayStation